Hello everyone, welcome to another Mack report. Now this one, we normally record this live on a Monday night. This one, as you can tell, is now being released on YouTube on Monday night. It was recorded live over on Twitch, but we recorded it as part of the charity live stream. I had Lando Gaming and Ristey joining me. We talk about all sorts of interesting stuff, from opinions on the hero skins.
They almost look unfinished to me.
To the worlds and what's going on there.
I'll try not to swear.
And also just a bit about Lando, content creation.
I almost guarantee you will have 100,000 subs.
Why did he move to Unfair Warfare?
It's a big difference between the team that I came from.
That sort of stuff. So if you enjoy the video, please leave a like. That would be amazing. Subscribe would be even better. And, just enjoy the video. All the best. See you next week. Bye. Nice and easy. When did you start playing?
Clash of Clans. I want to say probably, I don't know for sure, but somewhere in 2013, somewhere in that range. But I couldn't tell you the exact date. I just saw it on somebody's phone, asked what it was, and they told me not to start because it's too addictive and you'll never stop playing, and they were right. Here we are.
And so, what's your favourite Town Hall level?
Probably Town Hall 10, back when the game was almost impossible. It was like chess. You almost never win. I liked it when it was hard back then.
Right, yeah.
Like Lando playing chess. Never win.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think I could probably answer this for you, but I've got down here as, it's kind of like, I've got like standard questions, and the fact that we've just watched you in a tournament where you did nothing but Gaku drags. No, you did another attack as well, but what is your favourite strategy? Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have a favourite strategy anymore. I definitely did at different points in the game, but the way the game is now, everything works. So whatever you see, whatever you've kind of trained on and worked on, seeing it working on a base, it's just you look for funnels and that's it, right? So I don't really have a favorite.
I never have any issues. Never.
Well, the game is a dip meta right now. It's kind of broken, right?
Yeah.
So if you have max pets and heroes, the game's a lot easier.
Yeah, you've been farming hard, haven't you?
Spent a lot of time, farming.
Yeah.
Got the track, got the John Deere out.
Yeah, I love the I love the Grand Warden, the new Grand Warden skin. We'll talk about that in a little bit. What about, where did you get your name from?
Basically, I'm just a Star Wars fan, and okay. I like the complexity of Lando Calrissian's character, and so I just took that name because I thought it was cool.
Cool, man. I like that. I think you'll find this is some of that question I've started asking. It's quite cool, just trying to work out where people's names originated from. Mine's a combination of my surname and my first name. Ristey, what about you? I don't think I've asked you that question before. Where does your name come from?
Mine is my nickname in real life. Yeah, it's play on my surname. So yeah, I've had people ask what my first name is, and I've told them. But it's just a bit sort of formal being called that. I get called Ristey by my mates, so it's like, come on, you're not my mum. Don't call me by my first name.
Happy days. Right, okay. Let's talk about this new Grand Warden skin. Have you seen the uproar on Twitter? By the way, people hate this skin. I absolutely love it. Jarper, thank you for the raid, man. What do you guys think? No opinions. Ristey, go for it. Start. No one's ever sure where to start.
I think it's decent. To be honest, I quite liked it. I mean, I see where they're going with the whole Aztec theme. So, I mean, I'm still waiting for the Playboy Bunny Queen. But
oh my god,
it's no Bunny Queen, but all right, fair enough. Yeah, I'm impartial. It's got to be better than the stupid parrot one. So
stupid parrot one. Lando, what about you? What do you think of it?
I like that every Warden skin is definitely unique and different, and it's definitely sets itself apart from the rest. I like the little voodoo doll or whatever it is he's holding a lot. I think that's kind of cool. But overall, I think the skins in general, for the most part, are they almost look unfinished to me.
All right, okay.
They don't look like they have enough detail in them. You know, they almost seem too simple. But
That would work perfect for the Archer Queen Playboy Bunny one. It doesn't seem finished. Not enough clothes.
I love it. I do think that they've got their like the ones that they do. We've been follow botted again, man. Flipping heck. It's all just spitting through in chat. That's another 1,000 I've just gained. Happy days, man. I'm growing so crazy today. Anyway, I see what you're saying, Lando. Basically, I think that they're more adventurous. It's like they've got a different design team on the Grand Warden skin, or different designer, and because they always seem to come up with like very new and different sort of styles. Yeah, maybe a little bit unfinished, but I hadn't really thought about that before. But I just love. I don't know, I've loved this whole concept, the whole sort of Aztec concept. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
What else we got? I'm so tired, by the way, guys.
I don't know how you're going to do 12 hours. That's insane.
I'm so tired, man. And it's not 12 hours of chill. It's 12 hours of like event. I'm like, so tired.
You know what you're going to sound like tomorrow? Your voice is going to be gone.
I've already had voice cracks already, man. And I just realised I need to do another kilt spin as well, because we're on past 700. I'll do that in a minute. Right, okay. Right, the other thing I want to talk about is like more like the podcasty sort of stuff. Have you seen Twitter recently with the whole Supercell CWL Clash of Clans esports changes that they've got going on? They did, so to give people in the chat a bit of background on this, a couple of days ago they released a tweet saying, here's some clarification on a couple of points. And the points that they raised were that you do not have to participate in Supercell CWL for your clan to be nominated to go forward to the qualifiers. Also, players do not have to have played in those clans. So basically, if your clan is currently in Champs 3, then you can crack on and you can be in Champs 3 and you can pull in some players and you can try and qualify. Same with Champs 2, same with Champs 1. Top 64 teams from Champs 1 will go through to the second week, but everything else is still pretty messed up. I didn't understand that 64-bit at first, and I was like, people in Champs 1 are just going to be cruising. Then yesterday, depends on what time it is now, yesterday they released an update to the update saying that they're worried about the overwhelming demand, and so you might have to be one of the top however many 100 in Champs 2, however many 100 in Champs 3, and however many 100 in Champs 1 in order to participate. So potentially you've got people in Champs 2 who do okay and are in Champs 2 and do well but aren't at the top, but people in Champs 3 get through to get an opportunity to qualify, but Champs 2 don't. That's the background. What do we think? Ristey, do you want to... your face is looking angry as I look at it. Go for it. Ristey, start us off. How do you feel about this?
I just think the whole, like, from start to finish, just... Wow. I'll try not to swear. But it's awful. Like, for a setup that it's meant that it's not his first time. It's been going. I think CWL should never even come into play. I mean, then like that can be a separate topic in itself. But for the fact that they release some rules and they change the rules, edit it slightly, and then to see the last message where it just said not every team that signs up will be able to take part, so you might need to actually play after
saying that you didn't.
Yeah, they might as well just say, well, you just write us an open letter and then we'll decide whether you want to bother to take part or not. I just think this for a company that's got about as well, that's got enough money on the line for a world championship that's running. What is it now? The fourth esports world championships. It's just so bad. I just don't understand it. The time of the update is terrible. The clarification on the rules just awful. I just think that it's just a bit heads should roll. If it was any other company that put this forward, then the people at the top of the food chain would just be shit rolls downhill, gathers momentum, and somebody be losing their head over it. It's just an absolute shambles. Makes them look a joke as well. Doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah. What about you, Lando? What do you have a different opinion on it, or are you kind of along the same lines? What are your thoughts on it?
My first reaction was, what are they reacting to? Like, what is too many people trying to compete? And why would just pulling the top teams from champs 2 and 3, why would that be the solution? Why is that the good answer? I don't understand 95% of what they do. And this is another example of that. But maybe there is like a really good reason behind it. And I mean, I could complain about it. It's not going to change it. I don't like it. If it kind of forces you to take Clan War Leagues very, very seriously, and nobody wants to. Clan War League is one of those things in the game that nobody is ever looking forward to, unfortunately. You know,
it's a brutal week, isn't it? It
rough.
is.
It's a whole different format as well. It's not even the same format as Worlds, so
right. It would be different if it wasn't 24-hour war days, because the reason nobody looks forward to it is there's no hope of winning because the cheaters take over, and you cannot outplay the cheaters. You just can't. Yeah. So it's makes it pointless. Like, why should I even burn bases to play this?
As I genuinely thought that we were going to move towards at least like Champs 1 becoming like a 5v5 format or something like that. I thought that's the way they were going. I could kind of see the logic that they were trying to get something that they were trying to make Supercell CWL something that people really wanted to engage with, and it had like a purpose more than just the medals, and that's where they were going with it. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. I'm not sure this is the best way to go about it, but that's fair enough. Yeah. And then they obviously were trying to counter the problem of having 15 players getting reduced down to 5 for the qualifying. So that's where they came up with this. They kind of approached it a little bit like how they approach like a game update, where Clash Royale, as I understand it, and Brawl Stars have game testers. I am pretty sure Clash of Clans does not have games testers. They just put it out and they let the community test it, and they go, yeah, that's what we thought would happen. Let's put a wee nerf on that, and let's buff that, and then we'll see if that sorts it out. And it's kind of like they did that with this release, where they said, let's see what happens, and then the community immediately go, you got a problem with that? That means I'm not going to bother with Supercell CWL now. And they're like, oh no, we actually want you to do that. And so it bounces all over the place, man. It's so strange.
Yeah,
it's bizarre. it's.
I'm just curious if they have some grand reason why, because everybody pretty much has confirmed what we all believe, that this is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
You know, how did their management team come to this decision? Like, yeah, this is going to be great, when it's obvious to the point where everybody is like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah. And I remember this used to be a big problem for Supercell. I remember when they didn't listen to the community. Community were like crying out for Town Hall 11, and they were like, no, it's never going to happen, and all that sort of stuff. And then they introduced community managers, which was a really good thing. But it's like, and community managers Darian did address a whole load of things and was able to predict, people aren't going to like this, or like driving forward, like stuff like the clouds being an issue. I mean, it took years, but they finally worked on a system that kind of worked for that. Legends League kind of works. I mean, it's still got cheaters in it and all that, but that's always going to happen. You're always going to have sort of challenges like that. But the esports and community clash, the sort of the pool in those two different directions, where they're both clearly part of their like Supercell's strategy. Does that make sense? But yeah. Anyway, it turns out I'm quite ranty when I've been streaming for a few hours. I'm like proper on it. Anyway,
those beans.
Scottish rage. I'm tired.
Yeah, tiredness rage. It's those beans, man. Yeah, beans rage. What we've gone through everything. I've ran out of stuff to say about that. You got anything else you want to say on that topic? We've kind of covered everything, haven't we? I'm going to eat some toast, by the way. My dinner.
Yeah, I don't think it's a very thick subject. It's either you like it or you don't. And I don't think anybody likes that change to the World Championship qualifier. I think that Supercell Clan War League should not even be a part of it because it's a 24-hour war. It makes no sense. It's 15 people. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
So they should
to be honest,
either rework it or just get rid of it.
On that sort of spectrum, you might as well just make it Legends League. I mean, it's closer to the format than it's closer to the format than Supercell CWL is. It's quicker attack times. I mean, they've gone that way by changing the timings for the attack, so you only get 8 minutes till the first attack needs to go in. I mean, 30 seconds for Legends League is closer than 24 hours. It's just just makes no sense.
I think a lot of the people at the top of Legend League seem to be in the clans that win Supercell Clan War Leagues too, oddly enough.
Oddly.
What do you know?
I wonder what you're implying with that. Mystery is just complimenting me on my butter, on my toast, sorry. It's the perfect colour of basically bread with, warm bread with melted butter on it. Just for an update for you guys, you probably don't have the stream on, but you know. So you know.
I do. I'm looking at it, you eat it right now.
Share the wealth.
See me chowing down on toast, man. Right, Lando, let's talk about you for a little bit.
A short combo.
As I choke on a bit of toast there. That's what was happening there. How, and I know that, right, you've got Ristey in the same chat as you, so this might be quite a difficult question to answer. Cough once for yes sort of thing, okay? But the very first Mack report I did, Ristey was on, and we broke the news that you were joining Unfair Warfare. So it's been maybe a couple of months. How are you enjoying it? What's the boss like?
If you feel that you want to lie about it, just so the viewers know, just give it at the start of it, just so we know the rest of it is just nonsense.
See, he says that because he knows, he watches my videos. He knows that's how I start every sentence, and that's not fair. It's great. It's super great over there. It's a big difference between the team that I came from because just the age dynamic. Silent Snipers is a lot of younger kids between 16 and like 21, right? I go over to Unfair Warfare and it's like, I'm not the oldest person there, but two, everybody there that I mostly talk to is 28 and up. So they do have some younger people there, but it's not, even they are not the same, I don't know, demeanor or temperament as the younger people in Silent Snipers. So it's completely different worlds for me. And it is nice to be with other adults because I'm 38, right? Imagine being 38 and having 16 to 20-year-olds chatting in your ear all day, right? It's not, it's just, what could I add to that conversation? But going over there and, talking about family and work and just other things, it's nice. It's really nice. Not that there was anything wrong with Silent Snipers. I enjoyed my time there too. So
yeah, because you were with Silent Snipers for quite a while, weren't you? Yeah,
6, 7, 8 months, something like that.
Yeah, so a bit of a big change. And so I suppose it's a slightly, although you're still part of a six person who happen to all be men, equal opportunities coming through, a 6-person team in Unfair Warfare. Actually, Unfair Warfare is kind of part of a bigger clan. Silent Snipers was very much just like a 5-person team, wasn't it? It was which had some a little bit of stuff around it. Is that right? Or am I sort of reading it?
Yeah, Silent Snipers, when I was there, was really only the 5-man team, the manager, and maybe 1 or 2 other people who were just friends who would pop in and out, right? Since I've been to UW, though, I'd only been on voice once. We were SSG's main team for like a practice before the warm-up. And that was the only time I've been on voice with my team ever until today. Every other time I play there, there's so many people I'm on voice with, like just different people because there's so many people. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, it is cool.
So if we've maybe covered this one already. I got, why did you leave Silent Snipers? Was it just for that sort of that change of age dynamics? Is that what you were sort of going of, or did OP Builder leaving? Did that start a sort of? I know that OP Builder Luke is a younger player as well, but did that did that sort of start like a change? Because OP Builder and Yankees, took a break at about the same time, the sort of January time, didn't they?
Yeah. JVS, or Yankees, however you say his name, he ended up getting a job out of school, right? So he didn't have the time to dedicate to the game, and anybody who plays the competitive scene knows you have to put a lot of time in to stay on top of the game. And so OP Builder left, and JVS ended up taking a step back, and I don't think he ever came back. But they didn't really have an influence on that. There were so many things, that involve everything from the time zone, because everybody on that team is European, right? I'm the only American on that team. Simpson was American too, but he also wasn't playing much because of work. So I was the only American. So all the time zone stuff was made to fit around their schedule, and that made it hard for me. And then also the age gap. It was just, I kind of missed the days of Clash when I was being able to talk with people on an adult level. Nothing against them, right? It's not saying they're dumb little kids. It's just different. And you only know that when you get older, So there's just different kinds of conversation. And it's nice to have that back in Clash where I can talk as an adult, and I don't feel like I'm dad.
Ristey, how are you enjoying having Lando? The same code, cough if you're about to sack him. He coughed.
Wow.
Breaking news.
I've learned two things already, to be fair. Lando thinks I'm old. So there's one thing. I'm old enough to be considered old to Lando. And yeah. So the other one is that he obviously doesn't get as mature chat from me. But to be honest, I reached out to Lando. I didn't think he'd be. I thought he'd have lots of other offers from bigger clans, organizations backing them. So I just thought I'd chance it. I'd seen what he'd done before. I'd seen a lot of him at Silent Snipers, and I was very impressed. I'd seen his mustache from Undisputed, and the handlebars was definitely a turn on. So
god!
So I thought I'd just reach out and give him a shout, and I did see that he was a free agent on your stream as we discussed in the last time. So yeah, I just thought I'd reach out. To be honest, I was a bit flattered that he took us into consideration, came over, and just had a bit of a tryout, just get a bit of a feel for what we're about at UW, and he was a good fit for us, and thankfully he thought we were a good fit for him. So yeah, so far we're very much looking forward to Worlds. And just that
after the conversation we just had, very much looking forward to Worlds.
We're looking forward to it. I'm just hoping during the first month Lando will just fund all of us for better bases as well. Obviously he's as you can tell, he's welled his account to the point where it's looking pretty tidy. So once he's finished with himself, then maybe he can move on to to everyone else. I call first dibs, but
you're pretty well developed yourself on that front.
Are we talking cock or cock?
So funny story. The first voice conversation I ever had in Unfair Warfare, there's like probably 10, 12 people in voice chat, and I hear like a mild splashing in the background. I'm like, what the hell is that? And like, oh, Ristey's in the bath. What the hell? Are you serious? He's like, yeah. 5 minutes later, he turns the water back on because he'd been in there so long, the water got cold. He had to reheat the bathtub water. I was like, oh my God, he is in the bath. Like, oh, it was just hilarious. And it set a tone from there on, and it's just been a lot of fun. But yeah,
that's just the integration process. I mean, if you haven't had a voice conversation with me in the bath, or received the mermaid pictures of the mermaid floating around next to me with the bubbles, then you're not actually a part of the clan yet. So
it does seem to be a rite of passage.
Exactly.
I don't want to pick at that mermaid thread. That sounds.
Well, because I was joking. I'm like, I mean, I don't hear any rubber duckies or anything. He's like, well, that's because I'm an adult. I don't have rubber duckies. I do have a mermaid. So he took a picture of his little bathtub mermaid.
Okay, I thought the mermaid was something else, so that's good. That's an actual physical mermaid. I'm kind of relieved a little bit, to be honest. That's good.
I'll send you the picture later. You can see it. But,
cheers, man.
I mean, your mind's in the gutter already.
I know. Wow, Mac.
I know, outrageous. Just guys that are in the chat, sorry that we're kind of ignoring chat. I am reading it all. Thank you so much. Jarper with the raid, and Squizzy coming in and saying hi. There's a few other people in and saying hi as well. Hello, guys. After this, we've got a 3-way war between Golden X, WHF, and a viewers team. So if you're hanging around for that, that's going to come up in about 20 minutes. And I'm just waiting on Golden X and WHF actually talking to each other in the chat. Hint, Cam. Cam, who's sitting in the chat at the moment. I've set up a little group which they've both ignored, so hopefully we actually get 2 teams turning up. Otherwise, that'll be fun. We'll just play more marbles, to be honest. Lando, I want to talk about content creation. Obviously, that's when I first sort of came across you with these kind of... there's like a YouTube meta, if that makes sense. Yeah. And a streaming meta as well. Like things like you have to show your face. You have to be really, especially Americans, have to be really over the top and really excitable.
Right.
And it's quite refreshing that you completely break the mold in that thing. Obviously, we know because you're basically James Bond, you're a spy. You're not allowed to show your face.
No.
Which is fair enough. If you show your face, you'd have to kill someone. Which is fair enough. But like the fact that you've got like the most sort of chilled out videos ever. I'm proper blowing smoke up you, by the way, but the proper chilled out videos and all that sort of stuff going on. I really like your sort of style of videos, but why did you decide to come up with that style of video? What sort of caused that to happen?
Well, I've been doing videos since Town Hall 10 was the top town hall, right? So I've been doing it a long time. I just never did them very consistent. And I've always kind of had the same style of video. I used to do a lot more sketching, like drawing on the screen, because my clanmates, the whole reason I did it was my clanmates were asking me how to do different things, and typing that out in the game chat is painful and almost impossible to follow with more than 2 people talking at a time. So started making videos to make it easy for people to see it. And then I started sketching, and the tone just came from just being myself. I didn't want to try to be like anybody else. At the time, you had Clash of Jake, I think it was.
Jake from One Hive helping you
Jake from One Hive.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they had him.
That's the first Clash of Clans YouTube.
Oh yeah, he was huge. Galadon was going back then as well, and he has his own style. And I didn't want to be someone who copied anybody else's style or what they were doing. Otherwise, if that was the case, I'd be in a hot tub on Twitch right now. It's the hot tub meta.
Would you have the mermaid?
Maybe. But yeah, it was just about being myself. I didn't want to be anybody else for any content stuff.
Sorry, I'm also trying to arrange other stuff. I am listening to you. Sorry. I've realised that I've lost my questions. I'd pay to see a Lando Hawktop stream, says Cam. So there we go. I don't think that's. Without face cam, that'd be challenging.
It's not part of the plan.
Yeah,
not part of
it. Yeah, not part of it. Yeah. Happy days. So, if someone's wanting to get into YouTubing, you're more YouTube than Twitch. You do stream as well, don't
Yeah.
you, on Twitch? Is that
I
fair to
do.
say, or is it just that I don't see you because you live on the other side of the world?
Well, it just depends on what is going on in the home life, right? So I was streaming a little bit more than I am now because time allowed it. But as a lot of people know, I'm married, I have a lot of kids, and right now, time is such a premium that I don't have the time to stream like I used to. So I will probably again at some point, just for the foreseeable future right now. It's going to be a little bit slim just because kids can't raise themselves, you know?
Yeah, no, that's fair
Uh,
enough, man. And so,
yeah,
and
priority.
if you had a top tip for someone wanting to get into YouTube, what would it be? What would be your number one? Because there are
Well,
millions of Clash YouTubers. What would you?
YouTube. YouTube is really simple, okay? And it's all about algorithms and formulas, okay? And the thing about YouTube, if you want to be successful, it's gonna seem like you're not getting anywhere for a few months. You'll be making videos that get 1, 2, 6 views, you know? But what YouTube wants to see from you is consistency, and they want to see a video every single day. So if you make a video every day that's 10 minutes long, 10 minutes is the amount of time they want their videos to be. That gives you the best algorithm search, right? Or whatever they call it. So if you do a video that's 10 minutes long every single day and you upload the same time every day, which have noticed seems to be about 7 p.m. PST or 7 a.m. PST, my time, 7 in the morning. If you do that for a year, I almost guarantee you will have 100,000 subs, because once the algorithms catch on, they just promote you to everybody. All of a sudden, you're in everybody's recommended feed. You're on the front page of YouTube's, welcome page, and that's all it is. It's just play the algorithms. It's not even about people go, how does this guy have so many subs? He's not even good. That's not what it's about. It's not about being Shakespeare.
I think that's definitely what I fall foul of. I spend a lot of time making videos, or coming up with ideas for videos, and then sort of getting in my own head, never getting anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
it's just about get the content out. And then on top of that, the other thing is you want high click-through rate, right? So the way to do that is have really catchy or beautiful thumbnails. Or you see a lot of people with clickbaity titles. It's because they want the click-through rate, because that drives a better algorithm for YouTube to push your videos out to more people. So,
Cool, man. That's like that's masterclass. Ristey, you ever been tempted by YouTube, or are you like, nope?
I've thought about YouTube. I thought about streaming before, but nah. It's, like Lando said, I think it's difficult if your home life doesn't allow it, and it's always tricky. So I do a lot of working away, and the stream that we did last Monday, the Mack report, I was from my hotel room, so it's difficult. I mean, I find trying to make enough time to play the game, and then run everything else that I do in the background is pretty time consuming. So I've tried it, especially during lockdown. I thought, I'll make a few like just screen record some attacks and stuff. But to be honest, I've got too much other stuff going on. So for me as an individual, it just doesn't work. It's just not feasible.
Echo man, Mr. Jarper, catch you later. Mystery's saying he's a terrible streamer, but he's got content and a pencil and paper. Mystery, I love your streams, man. They're awesome. All that amazing art, man. The stream, we had Mystery on earlier, and we are having technical issues, man. It was a nightmare. Wasn't working. Puma, WHF and Golden X maybe need to be spinning just now, by the way. I don't know if they're if you're talking to each other, but Camwow and Puma maybe need to chat to each other to get the war set up. Please, they're coming up next. What about future then, Lando? In content creation wise, what are you like? What's your ambitions for the future? You got like targets, or do you not get sucked into setting targets or anything like that? What are your
Well,
going on with that?
there is like a really specific thing that I'm working on right now as far as Clash of Clans content creation goes, because I'm doing other content creation as well, and I'm learning a lot. So I want to bring what I've learned from that to Clash, because everybody's doing the same videos, the exact same videos, every single YouTuber, and I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I think it works and it's great, but I just want to try something different. And I think there's a different way you can bring life to the game through the videos that doesn't have to be, playing replays with music on it, or showing clips from your stream of wars and that kind of thing. So I'm working on that right now. It's harder than it than I thought it was going to be, but I think when I do find it and get it tuned in, dialed in right, it's going to be very good.
Ah, cool, man. That's quite cool. I like that. Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of towards the end of the chat. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Is there anything you want to get off your chest? Sorry, man, I've dragged you on and you've not had the opportunity to say very much. It's or maybe you have said enough. I don't know.
It's there to look pretty.
He's there. He is the eye candy, man. That's what it is.
I don't know. I think I started off with a pretty good rant, so it's all good. just got most of that out there. Maybe. I mean, I speak a lot to Lando anyway. But for everybody else's view, probably the thing that keeps him playing the most, what he enjoys, what he wants to get out of Clash, and then on the flip side, what he doesn't like from Clash.
That's a question for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing I don't like about Clash is that to get new people to play, the barrier to entry is like $60,000. If you were to want to play esports right now, to max out a clean account, like a non-purchased account, it'd be like 50, 60,000 bucks. And that really bums me out because I'd like to see a lot of new people play, you know? As far as what keeps me in the game, the challenge. I mean, I know everybody is saying the game is so broken, and this really bugs me when people say this. Like, not to single anybody out, but I was watching a stream. A lot of JOF people are talking about how broken the game is. It's too easy, and they're making all these jokes. And then they played a war in that same stream where they only put up like 11 or 12 stars and they lost. Like, how is the game so easy, but you're only putting up 2 for 5, right? It's not that broken, I don't think. And I like the challenge of the game because a lot of the skill is on the base building side as well, more so than it's ever been. You have to sometimes study your opponents and try to figure out what they'd like to do and set up your base accordingly and hope to God that it works. It doesn't. It's pretty hard to defend anything. But what I like about the challenge is that you got to spend time studying the game and doing the due diligence and the research and the practice. And I'm all about that stuff. I've said this before in different teams. I think that you win wars in prep before the war ever spins, when you're testing bases, you're building bases, and you're trying to learn new strats against bases you don't know how to 3-star. That's kind of when you win those big matches. So that's the stuff that I like the most about the game.
Cool, man. I like that. What about you, Ristey? Go on then. Your question to you.
I hadn't thought that far ahead. What keeps me playing is so I'll start on the negative side. I mean, I get really frustrated with trying to break the mold. So you've got obviously the big names, big teams. Obviously got organizations backing them, and when it's quite easy for people to throw down, or what have you won? It's probably the biggest thing that winds me up, just because it's most of the time it's coming from people that haven't won anything themselves either, that have no sort of achievements to their name. But if you think about, well, what have you won, and then you look at some of the smaller events that you might have done well in, then none of the big names are playing. And when you go to the bigger stages, and the big names are in there, then naturally, to have a good run, you've got to do exceptionally well, and it's tricky. It is tricky to win stuff. I mean, as much as people will want to have the achievements of well, we've won X, Y, and Z. The fact that you might have had a good run in something is, it can be just as good, especially if you're on a smaller scale. So for people to turn around and be like, oh well, what have you won? It's like, well, you remember certain clans for different reasons, and MCES didn't win the World Championships in 2019, but everybody remembered how good Tryhard was and the fact that they came from nowhere and nobody really saw them. But if you look in 2020 and you ask MCES, well, what did they win? It's a bit like, fair enough, but they'll still go and trash you if you wanted to play them in if you want to play them in any other leagues. And then you look at the prize money that they've won in leagues and stuff. I mean, it more than covers the rest of it. So that's probably the thing in Clash I don't like the most. I think there's a lot of toxicity around that kind of thing.
For sure. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think some of it's just down to just childish mentality. I mean, the game is for all ages. So, like Lando made the point about just younger players in the game. You do get some younger players that just don't have a good mindset to it, and it's all about. For me, when I built Unfair Warfare, I wanted to keep like-minded players in the clan, and if those players weren't of a similar mindset, they stand out, and it's easy for them to be noticed for the wrong reasons. But moving forward into the sort of positive aspect, it's the same. It kind of ties in. I mean, the challenge of trying to compete with the best teams with a clan that I birthed back in 2017. Constantly building, progressing. So for us, we've been doing well in competitions. I want to kick on and try and win something, or at least have a very good run as a minimum. But yeah, it's all about. I get it's all about trying to win stuff, but it's progression at the end of the day, and. I'm not going to blow Lando's trumpet too much, but having Lando consider us and then ultimately join us was considered a big step, especially with the amount of followers he's got on YouTube. He can definitely get my mermaid pictures out there. So.
I have such a small YouTube channel. Like, it's not anything.
Right, you shut your face, Lando. Because I'm happy with my 600 subscribers, so so you're not allowed to say that yours is small.
No, that's not. No, look.
Are we talking about YouTube
how many
now?
views do you get per video? What kind of views do you get on your videos?
If I hit 100 views, I'm chuffed. Like, if I hit 100 views quickly, if that makes sense. My best video was 4.3K. A burnt base video.
Wow, which is very good.
Yeah.
But think about this. So you're getting 100 for every 600, right? You have 600 subs, you're getting 100 views on your vids. I have like 11,000 and I'm getting like 500 or 600 views. So it's not the subscriber thing. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's just that sort of growth. Although now apparently I'm a big time Twitch streamer because I've been follow botted so many times tonight. I don't know what we're
those
on
aren't
now.
Bots. Those aren't bots. Today's your day. You've made it.
It's like
Congratulations.
I went from 2.1 to I think we're on 11,000 at the moment. It's ridiculous.
Holy! It's just, oh my god!
I've been bot raided so many times. It's crazy.
It's not bot raids. Lando's just used all of his bots for all of his subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, all of his some accounts.
There you go. I set him over.
Yeah.
I heard a really good analogy from somebody in the UW chat the other day. We were talking about internet toxicity. And I guess Neil deGrasse Tyson has a good take on it. He's like, so every town has a village idiot, right? He's like, the thing about the internet is the village idiots tend to have the loudest voice in the room, and most normal people don't really talk that much. So village idiots find each other much easier on the internet. And then they congregate and they reaffirm each other's like idiocy, and they just start spewing it out and spouting it out super loud at everybody on the internet. And I just feel like that's so true. Like, God, it is true. And 95% of us just like, oh God, look at they're going at it again, blah, blah, blah. And it's just, that's exactly how it is. Like every Discord thing I've ever been in, any drama, it's always like the same one or two people or, you know, anything like that. I thought it was really interesting analogy.
I like that. That's good.
So Lando's called me old and the village idiot now as well.
No.
That is nice, man. And that is a good place to finish it. I like that. I like that level of that healthy level of abuse for Ristey. I think that's how we should finish this. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. Sorry it was a little bit late starting, and totally unprepared, sort of like unrehearsed, like setting up, practicing beforehand. Thank you so much for coming on. If you're lurking in the stream, if you've enjoyed this, then please consider donating. Scan this little code here. That'll donate to our collecting money for Alzheimer's Society. Sorry, that'd be amazing. We're about £20 from me eating 2 more horrible beans. I need to stand up and dance now, guys, as well. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to change scenes. I'm going to hang up on you brutally. And thanks, guys. Thank you so much, Lando. Absolute pleasure. Ristey, cheers, man.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers, guys. Catch you later.